What up, everybody? It's your boy Petty Murphy back again, and this is the Man Hour! Yes. And we are here today. Today is January 5th, 2021. Oh, man. What first few days it's been of the year. You know, we said goodbye to 2020. And so we're not going to sit over here and dwell on 2020. But then when you turn on the news, well, it's fucking 2020 again. I mean, I'm looking at election day. On January 5th, what the fuck is going on, man? I thought this shit was supposed to be over with in November. But we're sitting over here right now and, we're trying to find out whether or not Georgia is going to be Republican or Georgia is going to be Democratic. Well, I personally don't give a fuck. Because, as a black man, hey, whatever it is that, people are afraid to deal with and having a hard time dealing with. Oh man, I'm worried about my job. I'm worried about my rent being paid. Oh, I'm worried about my bills, and I'm worried about different types of things that's dealing with money. I'm worried about what type of class I'm going to be in, and man, fuck this shit. Listen, as a black man in America, this is old hat. This is shit we wake up with. This shit is water. Like, seriously, this shit is water. This is nothing. It's a drink of water. We've dealt with this shit for since our we'll say our unceremonious entrance into this country, and it's what we're going to be dealing with for the foreseeable future. We find out that the guy, can't think of his name right now, whatever, the guy shot in the back 7 times and shit by the police. The policeman's not going to get charged or anything. It took a couple of months to figure it out that we weren't going to do shit. But, hey, the funny thing is, we already knew they weren't going to do shit. So it's actually kind of comical that it came out today that was going to happen. That shit's going to be like, back page news at best. You know what I mean? Jacob Blake, that's the kid, the man or whatever, got shot 7 times or whatever like that. Because, hey, listen, everybody is threatening when they have their back towards you. Shit, those. Your arms can move the opposite way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always thought that my arms, reached out in front of me. I forgot they could reach out in back of me, I mean, the only time I saw somebody shoot a motherfucker with his back turned was in, like, 92 with that Wesley Snipes movie, Ricochet, or some shit in the very beginning, where he, like, kind of, like, stripped down to his drawers and shit. Then he turned his back and pulled a gun out of somewhere and shot a motherfucker, But I don't think it's too many niggas doing that. And I saw the video of the fucking Jacob Blake thing, and he didn't do any of that shit. Yet he caught, 7 caps in the back. Pop, 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 pop. I don't know if that was 6 or 7. But anyway, what I do know is that the cop that did it didn't get shit happening to him. Meh. Like, what's the point? I mean, shots get fired. And nothing happens. As long as the motherfucker you shooting is black, who gives a shit? Anyway, we're not gonna do the overly political bullshit. If you want to get your political on, go to CNN. But we will talk about a little bit of sports right now. The NFL football playoffs are set to begin in a few days, and I'll be honest with you, the last few years I haven't given a fuck about the NFL because I really didn't like the way they dealt with the whole Colin Kaepernick thing. You know what I mean? I hated it. And I absolutely boycotted them for years until they actually started trying to make a few moves or whatever. It's kind of funny how now all of a sudden, last year and this year or whatever, it's become the fad or whatever like that to support, 80% of your fucking league. Your players are black. Support them. It's okay to support them. You know what I mean? So, like I say, we're not going to overly politicize shit today. Fuck all that stuff. I'm a Chicago man. And I'm a Chicago Bears fan. And the Bears are in the playoffs. Yes, we absolutely backed into the playoffs at 8-8. But you know what? There have been years when we were 10-6 and didn't make it. So I'm not tripping. Okay? Now, just because I'm from Chicago doesn't mean that I'm a fan of every Chicago team. I love the Cubs. Fuck the White Sox. And the Bulls, meh, you can keep them. Okay? I will say this, though. I'm not really a fan of any team in the NBA simply because of that dumbass statement that was made when the Jordan Bulls finished their second three-peat, where Jerry Krause, fat tub of shit, said that players don't win championships, organizations do. And subsequently, Jordan and Pippen and Phil Jackson and Rodman and all them cats left. The players, they left. And then the Bulls organization was awful for years. You had a little speck here and there. A little Kirk Heinrich, Luol Deng. Then you had your Derrick Rose run. Then you had your little Jimmy Butler or whatever like that run. But never anything, sustainable. And damn sure never, ever was there a chance that anyone thought that the Bulls in the last 22, 23 years had a smidgen of hope of winning a championship. Or even coming out of the damn East. Now, with that being said, this LeBron guy kind of had the East on a chokehold for a long ass time. And they ran into that dude over and over again and kept getting that ass slapped. Just like the Raptors. But anyway, so yeah, the NFL playoffs are about to happen. I really don't know who the hell is going to win the damn thing. I mean, I think that the Chiefs are clearly the best team, okay? But you know how the NFL playoffs are, man. All it takes is one motherfucker to get hurt. And if they get hurt, then what? Or it takes, some bad calls. Or it takes a kicker not, doing the one job he's supposed to do. Kick. Yeah, takes some shit like that. But, we'll see. You know what I mean? The exciting thing about the NFL playoffs, which to me, for my money, and I'm an NBA fan more than anything, but the most drama is probably in the NFL because on any given Sunday, I don't know if you guys got that reference or not. Some people did, But anyway, on any given Sunday, a team can win. It just happens that way. That's why March Madness is so cool for some people. I don't like college basketball, but that is something completely different, and it's a reason behind that shit. And one day I'll go into it, but today's not that day. I don't have that much time. So what it is this. You have the NFL, and on any given Sunday or Saturday or Thursday or Monday now, there's a lot of fucking games being played. Like, the NFL plays on 4 different days sometimes in 1 week. That's a lot of football. You know what I mean? But it's fine. On any given day, any team can win. But I'm going to go ahead and say something that probably hurts my heart. And it's because I'm a Bears fan. I think that the Chiefs are going to get to the Super Bowl, and I think that they're going to play against Aaron Rodgers. Man, let's talk about that shit for just a second. Green Bay, you lucky motherfuckers. You dudes have had a great quarterback for 30 years. For 30 years. And because you've had a great quarterback for 30 years, me being a Bears fan, I'm jealous. I was looking at the Bears versus the Packers the other day. And in the second quarter, they had a stat up there that made me want to shit on myself. Okay? And that stat pretty much said to me, well, not to me, it said to the world, that Aaron Rodgers, in his career, is 20-5 against the Chicago Bears. 20-5. It's okay, you can laugh. My son's in the background. He claims he's a Packers fan, but he can't name 2 players. Fuck out of here. Anyway, so he's 20-5 against the Bears. This nigga had 51 touchdowns and 12 interceptions in 25 games against the Bears. And guess what he did Sunday? Beat them. Added a few more touchdown throws. Fuck it. Whatever. And before that, they had Brett Favre, who was beating our ass every damn year. Twice a year. It's ridiculous, man. Like, bro, I've been alive for 38 years, and the Bears have never had a good quarterback. When? Never. When? Never. And so, when you have that much futility at the quarterback position, then your main rival always has a great quarterback. It just pisses you off. So, this is the thing. Aaron Rodgers is like 73 years old now. And he's probably going to be the MVP this year. This motherfucker threw for 46, 47 touchdowns and shit. Probably going to be the MVP. They drafted a kid either this year or last year with the first round pick. And they grabbed him. And Aaron Rodgers flat out said, look, I'm not grooming this motherfucker to do anything. I'm still a baller. And he didn't take it personally. He went out there and killed. Now, this is what I'm hoping. And they're not going to do it. But I'm hoping that they go ahead this year and they trade away Aaron Rodgers and just get like a haul for him, because they will. Because what they did, if you don't remember, that's what they kind of did with Brett Favre. They let Aaron Rodgers just sit in their system for 2-3 years or whatever like that. And then Brett Favre was still doing his thing. And then they said, hey, Brett, thanks, but no. And now we're gone. And that's what they did. They got rid of Brett Favre, got a nice-ass haul for him, and brought in Aaron Rodgers. A few years later, championship. More importantly, sustainability of being a good-ass team, because you got a good-ass quarterback. It's like the Bears can't figure that shit out, man. I don't understand it. They can't figure that shit out. But why though? Oh, I got my reasons. Now, it is kind of funny that a few years ago they picked up Mitchell Trubisky. They had the number 3 pick. They traded up to number 2 to get this motherfucker. And they gave up a couple of first round draft picks and this and that and the other. Whole bunch of shit they shouldn't have did. And this motherfucker has been awful. In that same draft, they could have gotten Deshaun Watson. They could have gotten Patrick Mahomes. But you trade up one spot to get a guy who will probably not be in the league in the next year or two. Because he's just, not because he's a bad character guy, it's because he's bad at football. I was listening to the fucking commentators the other day, and they were like, yeah, with this play right here, Trubisky doesn't even have to think. He just has to say hike, and he just react and just throws. This nigga can't think. You can't think? But you're playing quarterback. Listen, I don't know what the hell the Bears are doing, but I got a feeling that just making it to the playoffs is just something that we better be happy about. Because if we're not happy about getting to the playoffs, then we're never going to be happy. Because we ain't won a title since 1986. And I got news for you, Bears fans. We're not going to win one anytime soon. We're just not. So be happy that we made it to the playoffs. Yeah, we backed in. We play against Drew Brees and the Saints next week. Probably going to get our ass demolished. But the best that we can hope for is that they at least compete. And, hey, at least for one more Sunday in January, nonetheless, we can go ahead and put on our Bears hat, make our favorite Bears game food, sit in front of the TV with our homeboys, and your COVID mask. Keep the mask on, motherfucker. And we can sit there and scream and eat and drink and act belligerent and curse, just so that at the end of the night, we can just talk about what could have been. Peace out, guys.